Hi there, Steve McGee back in Parliament again for the last week of September. Last week of August. I should get my months right. With the view that we have a recess during September due to the school holidays and other reasons. Today being Thursday, the 31st of August. A number of days that are, celebrated, I suppose, to some degree. Got Daffodil Day, obviously in trying to make awareness and raise money for the curing of cancer. Also, it is Malaysia and Singapore Independence Day, which is quite important for our communities, but also those communities within Australia, and we acknowledge those Independence Days. Tomorrow is also Jersey Day, which is obviously an organ donation. Let's call it a celebration or awareness in regard to organ donation, and it's really important that people seriously consider being organ donors and the outcomes of that. While it's an emotional thing and a personal thing, the saving of someone's life through organ donation is immeasurable. And I just encourage people to seriously think about becoming an organ donor and find out as much information as you can. Next week it's Women's Health Week between the 4th and the 8th of September, and there's some documentation that's come out about that. My part this week in Parliament, I've spoken twice this week, one on legislation, the Justice Legislation Bill, and I also made a member statement in regard to the Silverdale estate at Melton regarding the non-provision of a sound wall by the Melton City Council to the residents of Silverdale estate. It's been an issue that's gone on for a number of years, where the council initially committed to building a sound wall along the Western Freeway, where these houses were built in the Silverdale estate, and then last year they've reneged on the deal, which is disappointing for the landowners and the residents there. And it's almost unbearable for them to live in their homes because of the traffic noise along the Western Freeway and the increasing traffic noise along the Western Freeway. So I made a statement about that in Parliament early this week, and I'm asking for the council to reconsider their position and to support their local residents in putting their sound wall up to reduce the noise going through those residential properties and allowing them to get some peace and allow their kids to sleep properly, and the people that live in those homes to be able to get some rest rather than the constant rumbling noise of trucks and cars along that freeway. Been a busy week, many presentations this week from external parties. There's been a gender equality report handed down. Sorry, probably can't see that. Gender equality report. Interesting documentation for people to have a look at. Pretty sure it's online, and titled Our Equal State. There's also a youth strategy document that's been released this week, again online, but again it's our promise to your future, to the youth of our communities. I have a youth group in Melton, and I'll be certainly making sure they get copies of this so they can have a look at the documentation and report back on it if they choose to report. We've had Greening Victoria, or the nurseries, I better get their title properly, Nursery and Garden Industry in Victoria, here in Queen's Hall. Absolutely beautiful presentation where they had many plants and I suppose displays in regard to gardening, let alone explanations about what we can all do in the garden. I probably need a good lesson on that, but anyway, but also we had some school kids in planting up some vegetables such as lettuce, tomatoes and other vegetables, seedlings, and it was fantastic to see the young school kids getting interested in gardening, and they've given these giveaways to go home and plant in the veggie patch, which I intend to do for the first time in a couple of years. The other thing, RecLink Australia, we're here, Power of Football. It's a book that they've written How Football Saves Lives. Fantastic book. I've had a very quick look through it. I will read it. RecLink do a fantastic job locally in providing local opportunities for people to play sport, football, other activities. Really great, fantastic to RecLink, and it's a great book to have a look at. I should say today, a really important day in Parliament, in the upper house, where people may be aware, but there's been a joint parliamentary committee that's been working now for 4 or 5 months on reviewing the hunting of native water birds, so duck hunting. That came to an end today where a report was tabled, and this is the report, Victoria's Recreational Native Bird Hunting Arrangements, and they have made a number of recommendations, and one being that we should be banning duck hunting in the state of Victoria, and their preference is that it happens by 2024. That's only one recommendation, there's many others. It's an important read, full credit to the committee. I know not everyone on the committee agrees with the outcome of the report. They took over 10,000 submissions. I think they had 28 public hearings. So extensive work done by that committee, and I commend them for their efforts and for this report. I am an anti-duck shooting person. I have been an advocate for banning of duck shooting for some time, and I'm pleased to see the outcome of this report. I know that may upset some of my constituents, I get that, but I just don't accept blowing little birds out of the sky. I just can't get it. That's sport in this country. But anyway, I'm happy to talk to people if they want to talk to me about it, and some have and some haven't. But I'm pleased to see the outcome of this report, and of course it's up to the government now to decide and to consider all of these recommendations and to respond to these within 6 months. So we'll wait and see what happens through the cabinet process in regard to a response to the banning of duck shooting in the state of Victoria, which only comes in line with a number of other states like South Australia, New South Wales and Queensland. So it's been a big week. Thanks for tuning in. Off tonight to the launch of a Yes campaign for the Gorton electorate over at the Keilor Bowls Club. I'm a supporter of voting yes in the upcoming referendum. I think it's important that we do vote yes and allow for the inclusion of a voice to Parliament in our Constitution. I'm very supportive of that, and I can't see any reason why people would say no to that. And it's a simple yes/no answer. You either support it or you don't. And I'm in strong support of it, and I'm in strong support of our Indigenous communities. And I would hope that Melton as an electorate would be supportive of their Indigenous community. So signing off from Parliament. We're not back for another 4 weeks in Parliament, back out in the electorate as of tomorrow and for the next 4 weeks. Good luck to all the local sporting clubs that are in finals. Congratulations to all of them. I should also say, even though it's slightly outside of my electorate now, although I still have a part of Bacchus Marsh, congratulations to Zach Butters. He's a marvellous little footballer. He's a fantastic young bloke. Incredible season, absolutely incredible, and good on him for making the All-Australian side last night. Clearly one of our best players in the competition, and it's great to see a local kid achieve such a great achievement. But not to me, that's not important. It's about how you play as a footballer consistently, or a sports person consistently, and he carries himself so well, and the Darley Football Club and his family should be so proud of him. Well done, Zach. Thanks, everyone. See you next week. Oh, sorry, one last thing. Legacy Week. We've had Legacy Week, and we've had the ADF in here selling Legacy bears, badges, and it's really important that people contribute to Legacy because they do a wonderful job in supporting our armed service personnel, and they've done that for many, many decades, and they'll continue to do that for many, many decades to come. But we need to support them with donations to Legacy. So well done to them. See you tomorrow and next week.